Hey, my name is Andrew, and this is a video response to that video that those two girls were talking about. I've seen a lot of video responses. They're talking about Mexicans, and I want to kind of do it a different way than everybody else has been doing it. I know, obviously there's ignorance involved, and they didn't seem very educated about what they were talking about because, they were just ranting on, and it just, kids like that, they're just, immature. Uh, but just the video itself, it's not the fact, some people make fun of others because they have their own insecurity inside, and they're just drowned by their own insecurity. Like that's the only reason why people make fun of others, and like talk shit and like all this other stuff. And honestly, they're the ones that need help. Like there's nobody that's at fault here but those two girls. They probably hate their lives, or it's just things aren't going well in their lives, and you feel the need to attack others, and that's just the way it is. I'm a Mexican American. I would not be here if it weren't for my grandpa. I would not be going to Arizona State University. I would not have an education for myself, be trying to make another path, my own path. I'm the first one to go to college, out of my family, my immediate family, and let's just say I wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for my grandpa coming to America from Mexico back in the day. And so, just those girls being as ignorant as they were and talking about stuff that they had no idea what they were talking about. For instance, how the video started. They were basically saying, this video is about a new Arizona state law that passed through the legislator. I'm like, legislator? What is a legislature? First of all, like, you could just see it. Like, it shouldn't be taken. Like, I mean, obviously it's a serious topic, and like it's offensive to people, obviously. But then again, it's just little girls. They're crying out for attention, and that's exactly what they wanted. They wanted a crowd surrounding this. They wanted attention. That's a desperate crowd for attention. Have you ever seen The Amazing Racist? That guy. Some people go to extreme lengths just to be noticed, and we all know that. People just do that. They love to be under the spotlight, and they will do it by any means necessary. The Amazing Racist, that guy is a piece of shit. All he does is just talk shit and do stupid things and bad things, and he's just a racist. And he does things and, like, leaves Mexicans off the side of by the border, and la migra, like, are you kidding me? Like, get out. Like, people just do that. It's not the fact that people like the guy. It's just the fact that sometimes controversial issues, they sell. Everything that is controversial. Everybody wants to see something that is controversial, or something like that's interest like that. Like everybody likes like that kind of stuff, and it's just attention whores. They just want attention, and by any means, they obtained it. Obviously, it's all over the internet. It's all over Twitter. It's all over Facebook. Everybody is, they know the girls' names. They know where they live, and they live in Arizona. I live in Arizona as well. But just it's crazy. Like, I do not wish anything bad to happen to those girls because I don't wish the same thing as they wish onto others. That's not the right thing to do. It never is the right thing to do. But I wish them good. I want them to grow up because there's racism all over the world. There really is, and this is the only exploited like racism that's been caught on tape. I'm sure there's a lot worse, and they may be influenced by their family or whatever, their father, but they have their own problems. They have their own insecurities within them, and no one's at fault here. No Mexicans, because we all know that Mexicans work hard and they actually want to provide for their families. Have you ever met a Mexican that works 3 jobs from morning to night, making $7.35 an hour just to make some money for his family? They go above and beyond, and they do all the odd jobs that nobody wants to do, construction, road work, all the hard jobs that nobody wants to do, and people talk shit about it. And if Mexicans weren't in this country would fall apart, because more and more Mexicans are doing things that run this country, that supply, this country with wealth and do all this other stuff to benefit it. And if they cannot see that, then no one's at fault here but themselves. So I just had to get that out because, you know, I just couldn't take it. Like, that was just, it was just bullshit. Like, I was just like, are you kidding me? Obviously, they're little kids. They're sitting there talking about things, and they're just, you know, I blows head, like, you know, annoying. Little kids, immature. They're just immature. And I'm not saying all little kids are immature. I'm just saying those kids, they were making a name for themselves. You know, they were standing for themselves. Like, they weren't representing any type of race or group or young age. You know, they were representing themselves, and they were just immature, ignorant, and biased. Very, very biased. And just want to shout out to all the Mexicans out there. Keep your head up. You know, like little things like this. It only shows that there's some type of jealousy that they have, or some type of, I don't know. Racism is everywhere. It doesn't matter what race you are, white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, you know, African American, black, anything, Asian, anything. Like, there's racism all over the world. People love to talk about other people. That's just the way the world goes around. I don't know why it's like that, but it just is. And so I would just disregard, and, you know, shout out to all the Mexicans out there that are, you know, standing firm on this topic, and, you know, shouting out to, you know, have a voice to the fellow Mexicans and say, you know, are you kidding me? We're actually very intelligent individuals, and you can't make a generalization of what they did in that video. That's not right, because I'm the most committed, I'm the most driven person that, you know, that I try to be, and I want to accomplish my goals, and that's it. You know, I'm trying to go to law school after I finish my justice studies here at Arizona State University. Shout out to that. Trying to finish here. You know, I have a job tutoring young kids in low-income areas, kindergarten through 8th grade, Salvation Army, and, you know, I'm grateful for everything that I have, and I just wanted to make a video about this topic because it was just really, it needed to be said, and I think I got everything out, and if I didn't, just leave a comment down here, or I don't know, leave something nice to say. And, you know, shout out to all you guys doing your thing, holding it down for the Mexican, you know, population. And keep doing y'all thing, because most of you guys are doing the right thing, and shouting out and, you know, being a voice and doing good stuff. So, shout out to y'all. And I'm out. Andrew. Later, guys. Have a good day. Peace. I had a couple more things to say too. Just to know that also when people do things like this, everything will come back to you in this life. Like, if you do someone wrong, you say some bad stuff about somebody, karma will come back twice as hard than it came before. And you either learn your lesson and learn from what you did and learn from your mistakes and grow from it, or you just keep continuing making mistakes and your life just kind of goes downhill. So, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen to these girls? Like, what do you really think? I hope they learn from this. I hope they grow, and I hope they keep moving on, and that they learn, you know, that this isn't right. They grow up from this position that they're in and say, wow, you know, I made a mistake, and this is not right, what I was saying, and I completely apologize. And, you know, racism shouldn't be exploited throughout, you know, the internet and made viral and all this other stuff. It shouldn't even exist. You know, I don't believe in it. I don't judge. I'm open arms. You know, like I said before, I tutor little kids and I love it. You know, actually, it's just, I just love kids. You know, but in general, like, everybody has their own story. You know, you can't judge someone until you've actually walked in their shoes. You know, you just can't do that to somebody. It's just not right, because you wouldn't want it to happen to you. And that's pretty much it. Just had to spit a little bit of philosophy in there. I don't know, just had to get it out. So leave a comment, subscribe if you want, and see you guys later. Take care.